Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me today for this timeless pick a card tarot reading. This is a channeled reading, and whenever you come across it is when you're meant to hear it. I always align my intentions for your highest and best good. To choose your reading, you're going to choose from one of these crystals I'm about to introduce or one of the cards I'm about to reveal. All right. For reading number one, we have Moss Agate. And for reading number two, Clear Quartz. And for reading number three, Angelite. All right, let's look at the cards. For reading number one, Phlox. For reading number two, Apple Blossoms. And for reading number three, Gladiola. Let your intuition guide you. Whichever flower or crystal you're most drawn to is most likely the reading meant for you. Of course, if you're drawn to two or even all three, then listen to more than one, as there may be additional guidance for you there. Enjoy your reading. Hello, reading number one. You chose the Moss Agate, which deepens our connection to nature and the earth. Moss Agate holds the spirit of forest, rivers, and fertile soil. It deepens your bond with the natural world, reminding you that growth happens slowly, layer by layer, root by root. Carrying it can restore your sense of belonging to Earth's cycles. It's sometimes called the gardener's stone. Moss Agate is associated with fertility, abundance, and new beginnings. Spiritually, it nurtures seeds of intention, helping them sprout into physical reality. It encourages patience with the process of growth, inner growth, outer growth, and like moss spreading softly across rock, this stone soothes turbulence and stress. It calms an overactive mind, dissolves that feeling of overwhelm, and invites a steady, grounded rhythm. It can be especially healing for those feeling anxious or navigating old grief or the chaos of transition. And Moss Agate attunes you to subtle signals, that quiet guidance of your body, dreams, intuition. It teaches you to notice the language of spirit in your higher self, those synchronicities, whispers, nudges, and signs that affirm your path. And it's linked to vitality and recovery. It supports resilience, renewal, and it reminds the body and soul of their inherent blueprint of balance and wholeness. Definitely a message of harmony within yourself and with nature. And then we have flocks. And it says unanimity, if I said that correctly, and harmony. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And flocks is about harmony in relationships. It encourages an ease in group dynamics, helping one feel at home in community. It softens defensiveness, nurtures tolerance, brings appreciation for diversity, allowing people to shine without competition. And it supports the ease of self-expression, allowing you to speak your truth in a kind and natural way. So great for those who feel shy, awkward, or out of place. Phlox essence, flower essence, strengthens confidence in authenticity, authentic self-expression. It's emotionally soothing and encourages joy. Its vibration is uplifting, dissolving heaviness or self-consciousness, helping the spirit remember play, laughter, and lightness. It strengthens the sense of interconnectedness, bringing harmony in, unity in with nature and spirit, not just with people, but with the natural world. Many experience it as opening a doorway to perceiving beauty in all forms, even in the ordinary. Love that. Let's find out more from the tarot. Oh, okay, all right, those two already fell out. Let's get one more. Feels like that one. All right. They wanted to turn out upside down first. Maybe you are feeling a little shy lately. All right. We have the Queen of Athame. Discerning the truth. The Nine of Pentacles. Abundance. I love that. And it came out right underneath the Moss Agate. Abundance. So it tells me that this is, about tuning into those little nudges so that you can expand and grow and cultivate abundance in your life. And the Queen of Pentacles, wow, two queens even, two queens and the Nine of Pentacles, that's amazing. When I see this image, what my guides are showing me is she's arranging these flowers, but it's almost like she's doing it on autopilot because she's elsewhere. She's thinking about something else. So it's like you're overthinking, overanalyzing, replaying past conversations or events in your mind, or playing out possible scenarios in the future rather than trusting. And the Queen of Athame is both heart and intellect refine. So she's learned to think clearly and kept her compassion intact. So she represents you at your most integrated, a self who can honor feelings without being ruled by them and trust intuition without losing groundedness. It's both. It's a balance of both. So she's inviting you to hold yourself as she holds her Athame upright, balanced, clean. This is the posture from which synchronicities and whispers become clear signals instead of noise. So being present in what you're doing actually opens up your channel for listening, whereas thinking in the head, ruminating or worrying, kind of shuts that channel down. So something you can do is a daily clearing. Like the Queen's sword, keep your mental and emotional field clear. This can be through journaling, walking in nature, or even a few minutes of conscious breath work before you start the day. And speak your truth to yourself first. If you feel resentment, grief, or desire, name it without judgment. The Queen of Swords sees reality and honors it. And it's also about setting boundaries as a way of showing your self-love. She reminds you that saying no to what misaligns is saying yes to what is true. So protecting your energy is an act of harmony, not isolation. Yeah. It's okay to say no and protect your energy. Maybe set aside a moment each day, even if it's just 3 minutes, to close your eyes and simply listen to your body, to the ambient sounds, to the subtle inner voice. Sometimes that inner voice is quiet, not the critical mind, but the wise mind, the higher self, that inner wisdom. It's the one that doesn't convince you or defend. It's just simple. That's the voice you want to tune into. And maybe keep a small notebook and write down, or even a little notes app, and keep track of those, quote unquote, tiny miracles, like repeating numbers, overheard phrases, symbols, dreams. Writing them down trains your mind to notice them. So it's building that muscle. And ask clear questions. Your intuition wants to help you. Your higher self wants to help you, your guide. So before you sleep, ask one clear question, and synchronicities answer clarity. So if you ask, show me my next step, the universe has something specific to echo back. It could be in your sleep, in your meditation. It can be during the day that you see a sign. It may just pop in your head when you ask the question. And trust first and interpret later. So when you get that nudge, when you have that knowing, when a sign shows up, an animal crossing your path, or a song on the radio, receive it before analyzing. feel its quality, and then reflect on the meaning. And again, this is just a little tweak. Just catching yourself in those moments when you're ruminating or worrying, and taking a few deep breaths and bring yourself back into that present moment to what you're doing. Looking at, in this case, looking at the beauty of those flowers, or thinking about their magical properties or their spiritual benefits of the flower essence, just like what I shared with the phlox. Whatever it is that you're doing, some way bring yourself back to that, the color, the texture, the smell. Smell is a great way. Breath is the most easy and accessible way. If it's something you can smell, even better. All right. And the 9 of Pentacles. There we go. It's what you water grows. What you honor multiplies. So again, it's perfect for this next card, right? Where the attention goes, the energy flows. This is abundance grown by your choices, your vision, your tending. So planting with intention, just as a garden thrives when you choose seeds carefully. Choose your desires with clarity. Write them down. Breathe life into them and place them where you'll see them. It can be a symbol. Nobody has to know what it means. It can be a pine cone on your desk that represents abundance, whatever it is. And tend to it daily. Abundance grows in daily mindful tending. It's not just one grand act. It's not just, you throw a seed on the ground and it's going to grow. It's tending to it. It's watering it, nurturing it, fertilizing it, weeding around it, protecting it. Whether it's money, love, energy, or creativity, just small, consistent actions infused with care. This is going to build your wealth, your abundance. And then, weeding and pruning with wisdom. Let go of what drains your soil. Simplify so that your true seeds can thrive without competition from weeds or even from each other. Too many things in one spot, something is going to suffer. And honor the beauty. The 9 of Pentacles reminds us that beauty and pleasure are part of abundance. Surround yourself with flowers and art and music and let your senses feast. And this raises your vibration and you affirm that you are worthy of receiving. Enjoy all of those things that your senses want to enjoy. Soft fabrics, everything. Just a feast for all of your senses. And each evening, note one way abundance has already showed itself. A kind word, a warm meal, a moment of beauty, because gratitude fertilizes your intentions. That's your fertilizer. Noticing all of those things. And the 9 of Pentacles Normally we see this independent woman, and here in this deck, it's represented as a happy family, almost like the 10 of Pentacles. But think about look at how he's standing. We call this the Wonder Woman or the Superman pose, the feet apart and the hands on the hips, right? And the kids are playing, having fun. And she's crafting, and she enjoys crafting. She's weaving this and cultivating this. And how he's standing says a lot. It's walking the walk, talking the talk, embodying that feeling of what you want. So if you were already where you want it to be, how would you dress? How would you walk? And walk each day as though your intention is already sprouting. Move with that assurance, that confidence, that grace, that knowing, and that gratitude. And also aligning with cycles, plant and nurture intentions with the moon phases. So it may take longer than one moon phase, and that's okay. Many things that we plant, corn, trees, they take more than 1 month, right? But what you want to do is sow with the new moon, tend with the waxing moon, harvest or refine with the full moon, and release with the waning moon. All right. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. I love this. Such a beautiful weaving together with these 3 cards. So where the Queen of Swords brings that clarity of mind, and the 9 of Pentacles brings cultivated abundance and independence, the Queen of Pentacles grounds it all into the living earth. She's the one who shows you how harmony with nature becomes both your teacher and your proof of guidance. She's the Earth Mother archetype, the nurturer, the steward of gardens, kitchens, sacred spaces. She knows how to translate spirit into matter, intention into harvest, guidance into embodied action. Her whisper is, tend the land within and around you. In caring for nature, developing that, cultivating that relationship of nature, living in harmony with nature, you learn the rhythm of care for yourself. It's interconnected. It goes hand in hand. It's not 2 separate things. And in this, your guidance becomes not just a thought, but a living reality. Look at that. So you go from kind of thinking to walking the walk, talking the talk, to living it. Love that. So this isn't just taking solace in nature. It's also giving back, offering water to frogs in your garden, or toads, or bees, or, of course, plants. Noticing those. It's almost like the plants talk to you. You don't hear a voice. Instead, they draw your attention to them so that you notice they need water. It's just a nudge. It's just a feeling. And that's that nudge that I was talking about in the Queen of Athame. You are receiving it. You might dismiss it and not recognize it as what it is, but nature is already talking to you. And once you start to recognize that and cultivate that gratitude for it, you're really going to see it blossom. Returning compost to the soil, those little, the eggshells, those little bits of vegetables that you didn't use, you cut off, that top piece or end piece. The peelings of your bananas and oranges. You could dig a little hole in your yard and put it there. You could create a compost. You could just throw it in the yard and it's going to break down, just returning it to nature. And, I saw something recently about the leaves, how we deprive the ground of leaves, and they offer a blanket to the ground, keeping things warm and degrading, breaking down, and becoming nutrients for the soil and for the plants that live there. So thinking about things like that, honoring the season as the wheel of the year turns, aligning your actions, resting more in the winter, planting in the spring, blossoming projects in the summer, harvesting or releasing in the autumn, creating traditions. Maybe there's meals that you cook at certain times of the year, honoring the different seasons of the year, and you begin to honor the different seasons in your life. It's all connected. And just spending 5 minutes outside each day, noticing the sky, closing your eyes facing the sun, or absorbing those beautiful, peachy, golden moments of sunrise or sunset, listening to the birds or the crickets. The Queen of Pentacles teaches through constancy. So just 5 minutes, a simple daily presence builds harmony. And then, if you have an herb garden, then you're cooking with that. If you don't, this might be a nudge from Spirit to do that. Start with your favorite herb. You can put it in a pot in your house or apartment. It doesn't even have to be outside. And then cooking with that. You would be amazed what that does. I feel many of you already do this. But, thinking about when you're cooking, what the spirit of that plant is offering to your meal and thanking it. That gratitude, remember, is the fertilizer. All of that. Wow. You have 2 queens and a 9 of pentacles, and they all came out upright. And I feel that it's just a little tweak. Just really, it all comes down to that catching yourself if you're still ruminating or worrying, bringing yourself back to that moment, cultivating gratitude, walking the walk, talking the talk. And these daily practices, all of that is cultivating. And then the abundance just comes to you. It just flows to you. And, I think I want to show you something. I think she has little pecans in her basket. And here on my desk, I have little pecans because my dog Torvi has been collecting them and sometimes eating them. And she put these on my desk. She gifted them to me. And that's going to happen for you. It's your abundance, your fertility is through you cultivating this inner harmony, not doubting yourself, not overthinking, you starting to walk the walk and talk the talk of somebody in alignment with yourself and nature and your path. All of that, it's just the abundance is going to flow to you almost effortlessly. Just that little tweak. Reading number 1, I'm so excited for you. Please let me know if this resonates, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 2. You chose the clear quartz, which is, sometimes it's called the master healer, but it's so much more than that. It's clarity, amplification, and alignment with the light of your own essence. It doesn't impose, it magnifies what already is, helping you see and work with energy more consciously. And of course, clarity. Quartz is a natural amplifier. It strengthens intentions, thoughts, prayers, energetic patterns. Spiritually, it clears away fog and confusion, illuminating the truth of a situation. And it's known as the universal healer. It harmonizes the energy body, bringing all chakras into balance. It helps dissolve energetic blockages and restore the body, mind, spirit connection to its natural state of coherence. It heightens your intuition and psychic awareness. It can act as a bridge between your conscious self and the subtler dimensions of guidance. In meditation, it can lift you into expanded states of awareness where synchronicities and signs become easier to recognize. And quartz is unique in that it can be programmed with your intention. It holds and radiates energy like a spiritual battery. So you can tap it 3 times on a hard surface, not slam it down. You don't want to chip it or break it, but just a good firm tap, and hold it in your hand. Speak to it your intentions, asking it to assist you with whatever your intentions are. And then carry it with you. And in that way, it will amplify your intentions and allow that vibration to ripple outward and magnetize aligned opportunities. And it's just like flowing water. Quartz energetically rinses away what is stagnant. It purifies environments, making it excellent for altars, healing rooms, or anywhere you want to maintain a high vibration. And the card that you chose is Apple Blossoms. Here it says choices, knowledge, and illumination. And it says, white are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility. So apple blossoms carry the energy of fresh beginnings. They encourage you to release heaviness and step into a new cycle with trust, reminding you that fruit will follow bloom. First we see the flowers, and then it becomes fruit. The fragrance and appearance of apple blossoms uplifts the spirit, dissolving sorrow and awakening delight. They help you reconnect to simple pleasures. And blossoms open up the heart, fostering tenderness in relationships and in self-love. They soften guardedness, and invite gentleness. they help you return to childlike openness to magic, mystery, and possibility. Traditionally, apple blossoms were used in charms and potions to draw love, increase romance, or sweeten existing relationships. And because they are the precursor to fruits, the blossoms are worked with in spells for fertility of body, ideas, projects, for calling in prosperity. And it's associated with vitality and freshness. So you can add it to your bath or charms or oils to preserve youthfulness and an inner glow. And apple blossoms can be placed under your pillow to invite, to do dream work, prophetic dreams, visions of guidance, divination. They connect especially with dream or goal pathways. All right, let's find out more about this from the tarot. All right, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Athame, and look at that, the Lady and the Lord. This is like the Lover's card. I love the story that this tells already. We have somebody here working, right? Doing their craft. But it's like their heart isn't in it. It's more like, I've already invested so much time in this that I don't want to stop now, even if it's no longer in alignment with my joy or my values. This is a moment of sacred reassessment. So you're being called to release what drains your soil and trust that composting the old will nourish new growth. You're being called to step into alignment, to tend only what feels alive, vital, and worthy of your spirit. You might write it down, make a list of the commitments, thoughts, or patterns that feel heavy or fruitless. Now, this may be your career, but it could be something else, some other project, something that you're doing that your heart's just not in it anymore, even though you feel like you've already invested so much time into it. Circle the ones that you know in your heart are not yielding spiritual and emotional nourishment for you. All right, tear the list into small pieces, bury them in the soil, or place them beneath a plant, saying, I release what no longer bears fruit. May it return to the earth. And thank these experiences for what they've taught you. It wasn't fruitless, all right? You gained something from this experience. You learned something. you built skills that you'll be able to build upon and use in new ways. But yeah, I see somebody it's whatever this is, their heart just isn't in it anymore. And the Two of Athame is about a choice. And then here we have the Lovers, which is harmony and alignment. So it's like you have this choice, right? You're at this crossroads of do I or don't I? And again, this is that inner stillness, that conscious choice, the balanced mind. This is that moment between breaths, listening inward. It's the pause before the action. See how they've put down their tools. This is a conversation with yourself. With your heart in your head, making a decision. And you want to cultivate neutrality before you make your decision so that your channel isn't colored by fear. Anchor integrity by holding both sides of a truth without bias until clarity arises. So you can take a single breath with your hands, one on your heart, one on your solar plexus. And just bring into mind your stillness so only truth flows out. You can also, what you can do is, this is a great one, flip a coin. I've shared this before. So you flip a coin, heads, you stay with this, tails, you release it. And you can do that with everything that you wrote on your list, that it's starting to feel heavy. So heads, you stay with it, tails, you release it. Let's say you get heads, and that means you stay with it. If you feel any kind of disappointment or heaviness when you see that, that's your answer. Your answer is that it's time to release it. That's why it feels heavy. If you feel relieved, like, okay, then that's the right answer. So the coin isn't to make the decision for you. It's to let you know how you feel. And just, each morning say, the clarity comes to me easily. Only what is true, kind, and necessary flows through me. I am a clear channel of light. So let yourself sit in the middle a little bit and decide what's the right path for you. This is that bridge between the two. And this card, as much as it is about openness, it's also about boundaries. A clear channel is one who filters the noise. So this is a conversation with yourself. If you invite others into the conversation, it's just going to muddle things up more. And the Lady and the Lord is, to have lived with clarity, harmony, and abundance. You'll want to choose from a place of integrity and unity. So that's what this is teaching you, this whole experience. The Lord brings structure, discernment, and responsibility to embody clarity, cultivate those consistent practices of truth checking, journal, reflect, and pause before committing. Align your choices with your values, not fleeting desires. And the lady's gift is embodying intuition, receptivity, and nurturing. She reminds you to flow with life rather than fight it. Harmony comes when you allow cycles in nature, in yourself, in relationships to move as they must, and in your day. And what my guides are showing me is this can also be tweaked. You might be feeling burnt out or overwhelmed. I'm hearing like all work and no play. And you want that balance of taking time to do things that you enjoy and spending time doing something you enjoy, some kind of craft, or, whether it's dancing or playing music or going out with friends, not necessarily talking about the issues that you're struggling with internally as far as making a choice, but just having fun. Whatever that is for you, doing something fun is going to bring you the clarity of mind. And it's also going to balance the feelings of overwhelm, burnout, overwork. And you can do this weekly, but you can also do little things each day. Taking a break, sitting outside to eat your lunch, or taking a break and maybe listening to an audible book while you eat during lunch by yourself, or reading a book, or drawing something just for the fun of it, listening to your favorite music, something, just taking a little break, stepping away. That's going to bring you the clarity, and it's going to shift something in you. All right, back to the lovers, the lady and the Lord. Together, their union show that abundance arises from balanced partnership, tending both spirit and body, dreams and actions, vision and grounding. And when you honor both aspects of yourself, your garden, inner and outer, flourishes. So again, it's that, taking a break from the have-tos and sprinkling in some want-tos. That's going to give you clarity. That's going to increase your endurance. That's going to increase your creativity. All of it. Wow. If you are at this crossroads right now, please let me know. I love to read your comments. And I'm wishing you the best. I know you're going to make the right choice. I know you're going to choose you every day and in the big picture as well. All those little choices each day throughout the day and the big choices. I know you're going to make the right choice. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. You chose Angelite. Angelite radiates calming energy. It soothes emotional turbulence and quiets the mind, making it an ally for meditation, sleep, or stressful times. Its presence feels like a blanket of stillness that invites you back into center. And As its name suggests, Angelite enhances your awareness of angelic beings, ancestors, and higher guides. It opens the crown and throat chakras, making it easier to hear subtle messages and sense synchronicities. Angelite supports speaking truth with compassion. It helps dissolve harshness or defensiveness, allowing your words to carry integrity, kindness, and calm authority. This stone assists in softening grief, releasing tension, and opening the heart to forgiveness, both toward yourself and others. It encourages acceptance of life's unfolding without losing faith. It strengthens clairaudience and subtle perception. Many use Angelite in divination or meditation to sharpen their ability to sense whispers, signs, and spiritual guidance. And Angelite teaches surrender to flow. It helps you align with divine timing, reminding you that ease arises when you stop resisting and start trusting. And the card you chose is Gladiola, strength of character and moral integrity. Gladiola flower essence works on subtle emotional and spiritual levels to release fear and anxiety, strengthening the spine of spirit. It supports you standing tall and facing challenges without shrinking. It encourages honesty with oneself and others. It clears self-deception and supports acting from truth, even when difficult. It aids in following through with goals and soul callings, helping you resist distractions or temptations that pull you away from your path. And like its blossoms opening one by one, the essence helps build steady confidence, reminding you that growth is a process, not a race. It offers inner stability during trials. It helps you stay anchored when life feels overwhelming, guiding you to respond with strength rather than collapse. Right, let's find out more about that. It's like maybe, this integrity that's showing up is, I feel like you're afraid to be honest about something that you want. It's like somebody who has experienced disappointment and kind of pushes it down like, well, it's okay, I didn't really want that, or something like that, where it's that kind of not being honest with yourself and then not pursuing your dreams and your goals because you don't want to experience that disappointment. There's a fear that you'll be disappointed, all right? The High Priest. And your guides, that other realm, whether for you it's the angelic realm, it's fairies, elementals of nature, your higher self, your ancestors, they are reaching out to you. They are encouraging you, cheering you on. They want to connect with you. The Witch. Look at this. Wow, look at these images already. And the Four of Wands. All right. Wow, this is, so powerful. You have two major arcana. And again, look at these cards, look at these figures. These are powerful people. That is you. You don't realize how powerful you are. The high priest is calling in the energy of the sun. And my guides are telling me a couple of things. One is the sun is your ally. That makes sense to you. Vitamin D, that's a real thing. Light, the sunlight can help dispel fear and anxiety. Going outside, capturing those sun rays, facing the sun with your eyes closed and letting those sun rays penetrate your eyes and download your downloads. You're going to receive downloads that way. There is a reason that people worshipped the sun, and some still do. The sun is a power source, and you can charge certain crystals, you can charge your water in the sun and then drink that, and you will begin to feel your own luminous radiance in that way. The high priest is the bridge between the sacred and the everyday. He teaches through ceremony, tradition, and guidance. Fear arises when you feel alone, cut off from source. And anxiety lessens when you place yourself in rhythms with the greater order of life. Anchor yourself in what is steady, sacred, and trustworthy. You are not alone. Your guides, your ancestors, that other realm, angelic realm, elementals, the sun, you're part of all of that. And all of those energies are reaching out to you, wanting you to know that you are not alone. And if you take time to honor, notice, perform ritual with these elements, these sources, you will feel more connected and more powerful and more confident, which will dispel fears and anxieties and help restore your trust. Just simple daily rituals like lighting a candle, stepping outside and catching some sun rays, catch them with your water, drinking that, drinking it with intention, feeling the power of the sun, stepping outside at sunrise. Remind your nervous system that life has a rhythm and meaning, and fear softens in this consistency. Doing it, it's a daily practice. And the high priest reminds you that you don't hold wisdom alone. You have ancestors that you can call on, angels, trusted mentors for support. So fear shrinks when you have higher wisdom that you can call upon. And anxiety comes when you feel kind of untethered or detached, like you're not grounded. The high priest says, walk with faith, even if the steps are small. Trust that your path has guidance, even when unseen. And share your fears in safe, supportive spaces. Ceremony and connection dissolve isolation and remind you that fear is human, it's not a flaw. I'm just in awe of your reading with these two cards. How powerful you are. I am getting a message for somebody that is already feeling powerful and doing rituals and magicking. Just a reminder to act with integrity, to use your power for good. All right. The witch is like the magician in other decks, and it's showing you the doorway to direct experience of these unseen realms that we're talking about. It's not through hierarchy or distance, but through your own practice, intention, and natural magic. You know, much like we've already talked about with the high priest, you're creating your own traditions, your own magic. And look at this bird here. You're calling in those energies. Again, you are not separate from the spirit realm. You're a conduit. When you honor your own gifts and work with the tools of the earth, of the sky, the veil thins. It's about summoning something. It's not about summoning something out there, but about awakening a link that already exists within you. The witch's altar is a bridge between worlds. You know, I'm hearing the word bridge. You are a bridge. I'm also hearing that the discomfort, the suffering, the trials and tribulations that you've experienced, you know what they're showing me? It's like you feel like you're breaking, but they're showing me those glow sticks that when you break it, you snap it. That's when it glows. That's what's happened to you. It's like something happened to crack you open and let that light out. Wow. So in ritual, with your altar, calling these energies in through you, this is your meeting place. You know, you can create your own altar if you haven't already. You know, it could be a small table or a corner of a desk or a shelf with a candle, things that you find have meaning. All right, a feather that you find, a stone that you find. And you begin to realize that what you're collecting are things that hold the vibration of the four elements: a feather for air, a stone for earth, and so on. And, you know, you always want to begin with letting your energy settle, placing your feet on the floor or the ground, taking in a few deep breaths, and then speak your invitation aloud. The spirit responds to a steady signal. Angels, guides, and ancestors speak through subtle means. So it could be a flicker of the candle flame, a whisper in your mind, a scent. hearing a song, through your dreams. Practice noticing without forcing. And, I know I've said this before, keep a record of it. Write it down in a journal or on a notes app. And again, working with cycles and rhythms, daily cycles, monthly cycles, annual cycles. The witch moves with natural timing, new moons, dawn, the equinox, and ancestors respond, especially when remembered with gratitude or offerings. And this is a timeless reading, but at the time that I'm doing this reading, the veil is thinning. So I really do feel that other side reaching out to you and supporting you. All you need to do is acknowledge it and feel it. Ancestors respond especially when remembered with gratitude or offerings. And I see somebody here cooking almost, right? We can say it's a spell. Also, there's a message that you're protected. We have this circle of stones here, and you have this circle of light here. So you can create this protection yourself by seeing that circle of light. But there's also a message from your guides, your ancestors telling you that you are protected. You're meant to chase your dreams, to pursue your goals without fear. And if something happens and it doesn't work the first time, then you just course correct. You're resilient, you're strong, you're intelligent, you have the resources, you're capable to achieve your dreams. And cooking a meal that connects you to your ancestors is what they're showing me. Ancestors really respond when remembered with offerings and gratitude, and then consuming that with intention, knowing that you're inviting that same meal into your physical body that your ancestors consumed. And again, your intentions and vibration shape the quality of your contact. So clear your energy before connecting, again, with breath, with sound, a salt bath, and approach this with respect and reverence. And call in only what you are ready to channel and hold. Wow, I'm feeling so much power. Your ancestors, your guides want you to know just how powerful you are. So it's like you're connecting with yourself, you're connecting with the other realm, you're connecting with the sun, the elements of nature through plants, through birds, through animals. And you're feeling your confidence and your strength and your inner light grow and glow. And what that does is it brings you to the Four of Wands, which is celebration. It's the structure strong enough to hold joy. It's a symbol of stability, harmony, and beauty, of living in the present moment. And now you are receiving these blessings by connecting with nature, by connecting with the spirit realm. And it's safe to celebrate yourself. Confidence grows when you honor your achievements. however small. And when you remember you are not walking alone, that keeps coming through. Trust the flow of life by leaning into harmony, not control. So again, working with these rhythms, working with energies, recognize it's like you have a current that's carrying you, and it's carrying you forward towards what you want, but you're trying to swim perpendicular to it. So it's making it a little bit challenging. The Four of Wands says, confidence builds when you honor the steps you've already taken. You've already endured. You've already overcome. Keep a celebration journal where you note one thing each day that you did well. And confidence is amplified when reflected back by others. Let yourself acknowledge and appreciate others' strengths out loud. You know, it could be at the grocery store, you see somebody bold enough to wear their hair in a way that you know they have confidence, you know, and just complimenting them. Every time you interact with those people, what it's going to do is it's going to illuminate your own power, your own strength, your own confidence. It's nurturing it, it's growing it. Again, where the attention goes, the energy flows. And confidence grows when your environment supports you. So again, that daily rhythm, these little rituals every day, small, getting up at sunrise. And remember that joy itself is medicine. Laugh, dance, play. These things aren't distractions. They are anchors that show your soul is confident enough to shine. The Four of Wands is about stability and celebration. So celebrating the small wins consistently grows your trust in the flow of life. Again, we see the cup being held and it being poured into. The more you work with these rhythms, call on the other realms, call on your own inner power, acknowledge it, the more you're going to see the signs, synchronicities, blessings that life is offering, and you're going to be more open to receiving that flow of life. You're going to begin to go with the flow, experience that flow in a very blessed way. Wow. Reading number 3. This is huge. Truly. These two major arcana cards, and then you end with celebration. This is very transformative. Please let me know if this resonates. I love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.